Okay, hello, welcome to the first episode of Long Table Discussion. Joining me, starting from the left.
Hi, I'm Ten Numina.
What's up, Philip?
Hi, I'm Angie, known as Angie Boo and Angie Reindeer.
Hello, I'm Kun.
Spicy Chicken.
Hi, I'm Sheen.
And I'm Man.
And I'll be a moderator today, I'm Pyo. And today's topic is microtransactions, loot boxes, and pay to win. Because it's a big issue in the gaming community. So what are your thoughts on this?
What is a microtransaction?
Yeah, what is a microtransaction?
No. Microtransaction sucks for me.
Yeah, it's when you have to pay for something in the game, but it's not necessarily pay to win, right?
Yeah.
What
What's
is
the
pay to
difference?
win?
Yeah. What's the difference between these two?
Pay to win is like you don't. If you won't like buy the character or particular skill, you can't win the one that bought.
No,
Like-
pay to
like-
win means you
Oh,
bought,
I think
you bought a character that is overpowered than the normal.
Pay to win means microtransactions that when you buy it, you
get
have advantage over
giving you an
other
advantage.
players that can't buy it.
I see. While microtransactions just give you regular things.
For
when
example,
you buy.
cosmetic
like
attributes or something like that.
like pay to
Skins.
win is like when you pay money, you will get, you will do more damage. For example, then that's pay to win.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
when
sound
you just
fair
said
already.
Giving you an advantage.
Yes.
So for example, Overwatch is a microtransaction, but it's not pay to win because it's only cosmetics. So, but they do have loot boxes, right? So what is your thought on the loot box connection to the microtransaction?
Well, do the loot boxes
Do loot boxes connected to pay to win opportunities?
are the loot boxes connected to giving you advantages in the game?
No,
But
No.
loot box is not from
No.
from the Overwatch.
Not Overwatch, but other games like Star Wars have loot boxes that give you bonuses, cards, ahead of other people.
Well, that would definitely be pay to win, right?
Yeah.
In some form.
But you don't pay basically like with knowing that you're actually going to get something which gives you an advantage.
Right, it's random.
This is, for example, something that I would call like game developers just trying to get money out of the people.
That's
because,
gamble. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's
gambling.
gambling. It's basically gambling because like you pay to get loot boxes which can or cannot give you an advantage.
You don't know.
That's
what's
even
inside the
worse
loot
than
boxes.
paying what you know.
That's even worse than
Yeah.
like actually paying
But why do you think they do this though?
to
Because-
make money.
Yeah.
Make money.
Because they
Yes,
can't
yeah.
charge
no, but
as much
that's,
as before.
it's because it works. Like if I'm gonna spend $20 for 5 loot boxes and I have a chance to get that legendary item, I would buy it.
But that's for cosmetic.
No, I'm talking about pay to win. If I'm gonna get some type of, I'm talking like in terms of what people think. I think will be if I have a chance to get the best item, just by spending $20. Why not spend it? Because it's just $20.
Because you don't know, because it's like gambling.
Yeah.
It's still a loot box, so whether you pay $20 or you might even pay $180 in order to get that.
But then gambling is addictive. So when you do win, you want to keep winning, right?
Yes.
So you're gonna keep paying. You're gonna keep buying. That's why
Yes.
companies do it, because it works.
It works for the company.
Yes.
But we are a community of gamers.
but gambling is not.
So are you you are speaking right now for as the perspective of the game developers, a gaming company.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Gaming companies would do it because it works.
So you as a gamer, are you for it or against it?
I'm okay with it. It's not. I'm not against it. I'm not for it. If I ever play a game that I enjoy and I think it's gonna give me some type of benefit, I'll buy it.
Okay.
Because there are people like you. That's why.
Yeah.
These things do exist.
because of people like me, companies benefit.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, yeah.
Well, thank you, Kun, for being for supporting this.
I think maybe the company want to sell the game at like even higher of the price that they actually sell.
No,
But then they try to make more money from other people who willing to pay more. But at the first place, they gotta have like as much as players as possible.
what I think is that what Kun just said actually did work for a lot of companies, but the backlash that companies like EA got from having this business model in the game actually had very, very bad backlash, and that's why they canceled it. Right after a certain amount of months,
Yeah, but
they stopped doing that. Right,
Right.
you could not get advantages anymore by buying loot boxes. Afterwards, those gamers that already spend a lot of money and did actually not get an advantage in the game, while EA stopped having loot boxes giving you advantages, they were actually like really, really pissed. right?
But for EA, it's like Star Wars. Right? It's not like a free game. If free game is pay to win, it's okay.
That's what I mean. If
Yeah.
it's a free game and then there's pay to win functions, I'm okay.
That's the point I was going to bring, because the popular opinion is that if you're going to do pay for win in a game, you have no right to charge $50 to buy that game. It should be free.
Yes, that's what I meant. Like if it's I play a lot of free games, and if I can spend money to get some type of advantage, then I'll pay it because I'm playing for free. So I might as well support the developers one way or another. That way, everybody wins.
But in Philip case, I think EA choose to take the punch, choose to take the hit from angry gamer that already paid.
Yeah.
But he chose to save like the fun of the game still
Yeah.
there. If you let this kind of thing happen, eventually it will take the fun of the game.
Yes,
Yeah.
it will.
Right?
And you know what happened afterward with Battlefront, right? After people complained, EA had to take out that pay to win thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Star Wars is Disney, and they got pressured from Disney. That's why, and they're exclusively licensed to Star Wars. So if they mess up, they're gonna lose that.
So okay, let's just use Star Wars as an example, right? Because of backlash, they canceled it or they stopped it. Are they gonna continue doing it in the future? For sure, because it works. And
No,
then
they're not.
when the
With different
backlash,
game.
yeah, different game maybe.
But they are not doing it with different games as well.
They don't.
Have they decided to completely cut it out?
Yeah.
That's
something
smart.
I did not know.
Actually
Yeah,
smart.
it's smart because the overall I don't know, acceptance of players for EA games went completely down, and you've seen tons and tons of like bad like vlogs on EA games and people like really boycotting actually the
Yeah.
developer not to buy any games from them anymore because they just now have this like image of like being like a greedy kind of like game developer company that just wants to suck the money out of all the gamers.
For a long period of time.
Yeah, for a
But
long
the thing is,
period of
EA already had that reputation of
For
being
a
the worst
long
company
time,
in
yeah.
America.
It
That is
hasn't
why
stopped.
they
Yeah.
decided to
yeah.
completely
Like
Take out that.
EA messed up with Star Wars, and if they ever make another series of games and they did the loot boxes again, if they did, people will still fall for it.
Yeah.
And then when the backlash do come, they'll say sorry, and then they'll
But I don't
stop it.
think that they will
Luckily,
make
the next
loot boxes
one-
that will give you an advantage anymore. They will make loot boxes which are microtransactions that
From
only
or
give
that,
you like
cosmetics.
cosmetics
or that.
or
I
skins.
think they introduced cosmetics for Battlefield 2.
Yeah.
I think. It's not 2. Battlefield.
Five,
Battlefield 5, they're,
Five.
yeah, cosmetics. Still loot crate, right? Is it?
Yeah.
Through the loot crate.
We're not sure.
But you still have to buy the full price game.
But that I think is okay.
Because it's not giving you an advantage.
Yeah, it's not giving you an advantage.
Only to look cooler.
Only to look- But what about games that do give you an advantage? Would you ever play?
No one
Would you
won't.
be okay with it?
As-
I played easily the biggest pay to win game, Alex. I think we
Yeah.
played together. That was the like the example for pay to win. You pay money, you get like extra experience, extra damage, extra healing, extra everything. And even until now, Alex still has a lot of players. So basically, pay to win works. It doesn't work with everybody.
But is
it
that
works.
game a free game?
It's a free game.
It's a free game.
What
Yeah.
kind of game is it?
MMO. It's like an online.
But you're
RPG game.
paying like to
But
skip
then-
the grinding or to have like the item that doesn't even exist for the people who won't pay.
It exists, but you have you. Well, I don't know if it exists. You have to buy the upgrade material.
Okay, so it's like this.
Then it's not pay to win.
The,
No, but
the
also-
base, the
but-
base item, everybody can get it. But then you can upgrade that base item into like level 2, 3, 4, right? And every time you upgrade it, there's a very high chance that it's not gonna succeed. But if you use money, you can increase the chance of success.
Yeah, no, but what I was thinking is that the common consensus at this discussion was that for free games, it's okay to apply pay to win function.
Oh,
but
yeah.
for games where you already pay
Okay,
to
yeah.
even
That's
get
my
the
bad.
game,
That's my
right?
bad.
Mm.
Yeah.
That one is the sneaky one.
Yeah.
No, I said this was the common consensus. I just want to point out that Kun was again not really listening, you know, and saying, yeah, no, but there's this like all something game.
That was
What was that game?
necessary.
I've never-
Random attack.
The one the one
Yeah, the one
mentioned,
that he
Alex.
mentioned.
Here.
Yeah, and he
Yes,
completely
I
forgot
Hear
that.
him.
Yes, a
And,
question.
and the common consensus was that it's okay for games that are free.
Yes. And
to
I
be-
apologized.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to point that out again.
What about pay for convenience game?
Well, I'm totally for that. I am in
Yeah.
100%.
So
I- For me, I'm not because I don't think that you're gonna get the fun of the game that if you pay.
But
Pay-
people
like, pay
don't have
for-
time. People don't have time.
I know if you
Some
don't have
people-
time, you can't play a game like that. Deal with it.
But they want to.
What if you want to play? Like you said, you don't have time.
Yeah, but if you don't have time and you want to play a game like
They're mostly related to
Ragnarok?
MMOs. and
This is
stuff
when
like
Yeah.
when you say that's money can buy everything. You know, you don't have the time, but if you have the money, right, you
Right.
can buy and then have the fun.
So
So
if
for example, I play this game Warframe, free to play, Space Ninja stuff. It's the grindiest game ever, and I don't have time because I work, right? So what I do is every time there's a sale on game currency, I buy it. I will spend real money to buy the game currency so that I can use that currency to buy items because I don't have the time to grind for it.
I just really think that's really stupid, but that's my personal opinion.
But is it justifiable? Because when you want to play an MMO and you don't have time, how are you going to compete?
But-
with
I
a guy
guess-
who sit in front of the computer all day?
Yeah.
I
So
guess
you pay
my
to get ahead.
Oh.
I guess my explanation would be, you know, like, what is it for me to decide what anybody else does with their
Right,
money,
right.
right? My personal opinion is I would never do this because I work too hard for my money to spend it on something like that. But that's my personal opinion. Where it gets into my lane is like when people pay for these advantages and it affects my gameplay. You know, if it makes me weaker and gets me to the to a certain goal slower because there's certain people that can just pay. You know, if it affects my gameplay, then that kind of like angers me.
No, it's not.
If it's a single player game and you would do that,
Well,
Do you, man?
People paying for convenience, slowing your progress would depend on specific games, though,
yeah.
right? Like if it's PvP games
So these specific games are the ones that
that
like
you agree with, right?
that I wouldn't agree with.
Yeah, but then like
Warframe is also PvP, right?
mostly
Like part of
PvE. Mostly PvE, and the reason I spend it on Warframe is because I like collecting weapons. So I want to collect every single weapon that ever exists in the game, and I don't have time to grind it or like farm it. So I just buy it outright. That way, all I do, I don't even use the weapons. I just have it.
But do the weapons give you an advantage in PvP or PvE?
No, you can't, because every weapon has a role to do. You know what I mean? Like you could, how to say it? There's
It's
a
class based.
class based. There you go. Yeah.
But if you buy currency, right? Is it legal?
What do you mean legal?
The
Yeah. I don't buy it off like these random third party websites. I always buy it from the
but
official game.
it's okay. Then I agree with you.
He's the stupid guy who spends money and then he's even more stupid and buys it from
But
the
there is
official
like,
site.
but there is like
Instead of buying it
a lot
from
of
the
But actually, this way is saving the game. If people are buying from people,
Yeah.
the system is bad. Like,
Yeah.
that happened in Ragnarok
because
before.
this Warframe game is basic 100% free to play, and then if
I
you,
did play the game.
If you like for the first 2 years that I played, I didn't spend one cent on it, and I had a blast, right? And then I started working. I don't have time anymore, so I decided to spend money to get the items that I want. But I still play and still have the same amount of fun. I don't have more fun because I'm spending money. Like it's the same for me.
For me, it's like cheating in a way. Yeah.
Not really.
It's
For me,
like
it's like kind of cheating.
pay to save time.
Right, there's a different pay to win and then pay for time, pay for convenience, like
Pay
those
for
mobile
convenience.
games.
Yes, pay for convenience is okay for me because anything that I paid my money with can be grind in game to get it for free. It just takes time.
Yeah.
And for people who don't have time, then
That's
they will-
fine with me in that case.
Yeah, but what about when it relates to card games like Hearthstone?
That's fucking pay to win.
It's pay to win.
Pay to win.
But Hearthstone, like Warhammer, like the real physical game, you still have to buy the packs to get the random cards.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say
How is that pay to win? Because that is part of the game.
so. This is my opinion now, right?
I think this is getting like really, really geeky right now.
Yeah.
And like it goes kind of like in a zone where I'm not really comfortable to talk.
In Hearthstone,
kind of
you
have like a public image to hold here.
You need some glasses.
in Hearthstone you spend money to buy packs, and then there are random I think what 5-10 cards that you get from each deck, right? Just do the math. The more money you spend to buy these packs, the higher the probability of getting the card that you want.
But I think also for games like that, it's not only the PvP aspect, the player versus player aspect, but it's also collectibles kind of thing, you know. So because there's certain cards which are really, really rare, right, and they are collector's items, you can only get them by acquiring a lot of like decks.
Yeah,
or
but it's no different
packs.
from a real physical card game. From like
No, I mean, if
decades
No,
ago,
are we
you
talking
still
about
have
the? Are we talking about the digital version?
the digital version, but
That is just completely like
Yeah.
nonsense to me. Like, to be honest, like, why would I play a digital card game?
Nowadays, people
And
people
buy
feel,
cards?
they feel more attachment to digital stuff anyway,
digital
man.
You know,
Really?
people pay
Yeah, that's why
poker on
people-
PS4.
you know your favorite
You,
person,
when you're holding
Yes.
Bitcoin,
he
it's
has
like you're
spent
holding
hundreds of dollars
cash. It's
on,
the same
on that
thing
game.
now.
Oh, Bitcoin, I can understand because like it has a real value in
Oh,
really
that's the thing,
in
Philip.
reality, you know, like. But
Yeah, the
for
card too, but
a
for
digital
with certain
a digital
No.
card game
Can you
is
trade?
completely
Can you
different.
trade Hearthstone cards?
Here,
Can you
Philip,
sell them?
you just
Yeah.
you just use Bitcoin as an example because it has value, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's say I play Hearthstone, digital Hearthstone. I have these fucking legendary cards.
And you can sell them to
I
somebody.
can sell my account.
yeah, like the CS:GO knife.
Black market.
I mean, it's not legal 100%.
See, that's illegal. So
Yeah, but
like,
then people are doing it. I've done it. I will grind for.
great.
Oh, you're going to jail.
I,
Going to jail.
Would
no,
you have me?
hey,
like
will your channel get blocked if he does illegal things?
no, it's fine.
No,
it's
nobody will
It's
actually listen
frowned
into the
upon.
whole thing.
I mean, like I used to play Diablo. I will play and grind like a dog, and then I'll sell my account.
Yeah.
Like I'll buy the game for $49 and I'll sell it for $200.
And the point is, when you sell it to somebody that is 12 years old who has actually like no legal ability to actually buy something,
We're not going there.
then
What
you're
we're doing
ruining,
is
you're ruining that
my
kid's
point
childhood.
is my
you
point is
understand that?
the reason Bitcoin has value
Virus.
is because people perceive it as that it has value. Same
No,
thing with my account.
It's publicly accepted
It's
by
valuable.
banks and by institutions
Yes, it's valuable
that
as long
accept it
as
as a currency to do transactions with whatever services or
agree
products
with
they
you.
sell to a customer.
I agree with you, but
Right?
it is only valuable
What you are
as
talking
long as
right now
people
is
see
like-
value in it.
It's cheating children out of their money.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just the one who's selling it.
Yeah.
Whoever buys it, I don't control who buys my.
It's like you're selling drug.
But it's also
bad.
It's fine. Like even drug, it's like
it's ethically wrong if you don't care about the person who buys the stuff from you.
why is that wrong? The person who buys it has the responsibility to.
What
He
if
is
they're
responsible.
Yeah, but what if they're too young to be responsible?
They should not be playing the game.
Yeah,
And
the
they-
game has
and
the
young
rating,
people-
rating.
But you will
for-
never know who's buying it.
Did you check?
Young
anonymous.
people should not be playing the game. Young people should not have access to those websites where people sell these game accounts from. If these kids did have access
Blaming
to
the
it,
parents?
if these kids did have access to it, it's his side.
Do you also think you should blame game developers for people that get killed?
No. Whoever gets, if I play a violent game that makes me violent and I kill people, it's on me. It's got nothing to do with the game. The person doing the action is responsible, no matter how old.
Bottom line, it's a fact that every digital item has a value. For
Yes.
example, there's a knife in Counter-Strike.
Yeah. What about that?
Global
where,
offensive.
Where did they sell those?
That is $10,000 in real money.
It has value
It
because
has value.
That's
People-
digital knife,
No.
You can't even stop nobody was cooking with it.
It's steam money.
Can be.
Everything
No.
you do
It can
outside is illegal.
Yeah,
it's
but
illegal, but people
value
still buy it.
is
See,
what you
That's my
whoever
point.
sells it can
it
put
is
value on it.
valuable as long as people perceive it as valuable.
And
Same
as long
thing
as there's
with
someone
everything else.
willing to buy it,
Yes.
it's value.
So if I can sell whatever account for $2,000,
I'd like to
it's
know what
because
Machine has to
people
say about this.
value it.
For
You should buy them all.
What do you think about
skins
buying
or
account? Yeah,
buying account, I'm against buying accounts.
So you're with Philip.
Black market.
I've never bought an account. I've sold.
But you're selling
Not
chips.
sold.
Those kind of games. Those games. Is that
That's what
count?
I mean.
I just don't have that perspective, to be honest, because I'm a completely casual kind of gamer. You know, I sit at home and I buy games where I don't have to invest anything after I buy the actual copy of it.
What about DLC? What do you think about it?
DLCs, the first DLC that I've ever bought was for Division and like, everybody's gonna laugh about that because like I know all of your opinions about the Division, but for me that was a game that I had a lot of fun with, and it was probably one of the first games that I actually interacted and actually engaged in online play with other people.
So
actually-
you feel
Because
like
before this, I only played
Single players.
single player games or 2-player games at my own house or in front of the same screen, like offline.
split screen.
Yeah, split screen, something like this, or via two TVs at a LAN, like a local LAN, but not really like PvP online, something like this. I've never really done it.
So what are they giving in the DLC? Like more content?
More content, like more story,
A new map, I think.
new maps,
Two
like expand the
Um,
map. Like I kind of think that over here it really depends on your opinion whether it's worth it for you or not. Because sometimes DLCs are not really cheap. They're actually the same price as the first game that you bought.
Yeah.
So for me, it's sort of like a threshold or like a meter where I would like kind of like look at it in a certain way is that whether it gives me as much content as I initially got when I first bought the game. That would be like a point of value for me that would be justified to buy something like
But did it though? The Division DLC?
It did.
Was it as
It
big
did.
as the Witcher
It did.
DLC?
It did. The Witcher DLC, I even though it's free,
It was free. They
Yeah.
say it was like The Witcher 4. It
Yeah.
was that big.
it was
So
that big.
and it was
But that
free.
one I actually never got to play.
So you just play the one that you had to pay for. Not
Yeah,
free one.
I did, but I
Who's
never.
the still
But,
one
How much
but
you
I
like
am,
the game, right?
but I am planning to get back to The Witcher
Right.
3. It doesn't because I still have the game and the DLC is still there. I just have to download it.
So what are your opinions on DLC? Do you think they should be free because you already paid the base price? Or do you think they should lower the price of DLCs? Because they come in at what, 20 plus, right?
But I think it's
How much
fair
for
now.
Zelda?
Uh,
I think
60?
I think it's
$60.
Yeah.
The
But
Zelda
$60.
expansion was DLC was $60.
Yes.
Holy crap!
No, that's
but I still totally
like
buy it
season
because I
pass,
love
right?
the game
It's not really $60.
and I know what is gonna coming out after.
But was it worth $60?
It's totally worth it. The bike was cool.
For
And
me,
you don't have
The bike was
and
cool.
you don't have to pay continuously. You just one time pay
One time.
and then
I only have two reasons when I buy DLC. One is if I think the amount of time amount of hours I'll get playing is worth the money I'll pay,
Yeah.
or if it's from a game that I like.
Yeah.
For example, Total War is a game I play. I haven't played the many versions of Total War, right? DLCs keep coming out. I don't even have it installed, but I buy it. I
Because
would
you want to
probably-
support them?
No, I just want it.
You just want to have it
Yes.
in the library.
For me, if you look
Yeah.
into my library, right, most of the games that I have bought, I have every single DLC, whether I play or not. Because I have two main reasons. One, if I like the game, I'll buy it. Another one is if I think it's worth it, I'll buy it. And for me, from a developer that I like, it's always worth it, whether I play or not. He's gonna call me stupid.
I'm gonna call it OCD.
I actually buy
A little bit, yeah.
Ubisoft Go editions always.
Oh really?
Always.
Wow.
I'm one of those guys.
I mean, like if you enjoyed it even a little bit, like you pay $60 for a game, you get 10-15 hours. That's good enough. $60, it's like the price of a date. For me, 15 hours for $60, it's way more than worth it already.
I'm not a person who would go to pre-sale and order a collector's edition.
Me
But
too.
when I buy the physical copy and there's a collector's edition for me to choose from, rather than the normal one, I always get the collector's one. Even though I'm not a hardcore like fan or nerd or anything like this that collects this stuff, but I just think it's cooler to have like collections.
But how far would you go
Edition.
for the collector edition? Like, would you get like the arm thing for 4 hours?
Pio has it.
No, if it's like a bigger box and there's like a CD and there's some stuff inside,
like,
you know,
as
like
an example, you wouldn't buy just Call of Duty, but you would buy Call of Duty with like the metal box,
yeah,
but not the kind that come with like the RC that look like the RC in the game.
no, that's a bit too much.
there's Dying Light like only one copy of it, the collection one. You get a house,
Yeah,
a real house.
In
Real
the
house.
game.
They give you a real house?
Real house in real life.
Oh.
Oh.
what the
Yeah.
heck?
Why?
How expensive is that game?
As a collectible,
It's like $1 million.
Then why don't you get your house yourself that you really like, right?
because maybe the house has something to do
But
with
nobody
the game.
bought-
Oh
No,
shit!
house
Then
of
that would be
games.
so
Like in
cool.
that
If it's-
set-
But you can design your house like a dying light theme.
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah, that
I
would be
see.
cool.
Would you
I mean,
live in that
then
house?
that makes sense
Dying
then.
Light theme.
I mean,
Is that pay to win or pay for convenience?
I don't
if you
really
have
think
money-
that anybody would buy it.
That's-
I
yeah,
think
nobody
it's more
bought
like
it.
yeah, I think it's more like a marketing kind of like
Oh
public,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like a publicity
They have
stunt,
it, but like,
you
not,
know, in
not
order to
really
get
meant to be
like
sale.
yeah, in order to go viral or something. And if somebody buys it, okay,
Yeah.
they got lucky, you know. But I think it's more used
Like
as
Senro that you can go like in the space.
Yeah.
Actually,
That edition.
I have a question to you guys. A lot of people, when there's a game coming out, they always look at the price and they always say, "Oh, it's the price of a full game, $60, and I only got like 5 hours of content, right?"
Yeah.
My question is why this specific complaint when $60? I know $60 might be a lot for some, not a lot for others, but then $60 is really not a lot and really worth it if you can even get to spend 5 hours. So why are people complaining that it's not worth the money that they spend on?
Maybe they compare with some other game that
Games
they
where
play
you
for
can
hundreds
get
per
like
year.
hundreds of
Yes,
hours.
of course. Like there are games where you like Minecraft. You can play forever. But then like there are games where you can only play for 2 hours. But then if you had fun within those 2 hours, that's good enough.
I think if it's just 2 hours, to be honest, I just watch like a YouTube playthrough or something.
I need to
My
balance
minimum
quality and
requirement would
quantity.
be 10 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for me too. Usually when I play a game, I play until I finish it 100% because I'm stupid.
10 hours is a good time.
10 hours for $60, that's good enough. $6 per hour.
Normally back in the day, like the Call of Duty games where there was no online play yet, it was about like 4 to 5 hours,
very short.
right? Very short. You had like 8 to 10 levels max, right? But like a Call of Duty game, like what was it? Modern Warfare 2, the one which like where you were also like in Russia and stuff. That story was just so captivating.
The
you
one
know?
that you can't skip, right?
Yeah. Like the story was just so captivating that I would say, you know, okay, even though it was below 10 hours, I still very much enjoyed that. You know?
For the story.
Yeah, for the story. Unless like some people here at this table who don't really like story games at all because they
Oh yeah, I would play a game that is like highly rated or whatever, but then I will never end up listening to the story.
Okay,
at
let's say
all.
for example like the Uncharted series.
I never cared. I've never played it.
You've never played it?
I have seen a trailer for it. I have never seen the gameplay of it.
Have you played The Last of Us?
Oh, that
I
one.
watched the what do you call it?
Please say it. You never played it and
No.
you couldn't care.
You
less.
watched the
I-
playthrough.
I watched the playthrough. I could not care less because fuck it. But I have to admit, The Last
I love
of Us.
this. I hope people will fucking burn him online because of his comment.
I have to admit though, after watching the reason I didn't play it because I think at that time I don't know why I didn't play it, but then I loved the playthrough though. So The Last of Us was like really good story.
No, there's no excuse for you not to have played it because I offered you my copy and I
Yeah.
said play. He said,
Yeah.
"No, I watched it already."
I watched it already.
I got so attached to the characters.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
like, dude, I'm gonna strangle you. I
So-
spent 20 hours in
No,
that game.
my point is, I know what happened already. So why would I play
No, but
it? It has no replayability.
No, but the thing is like you are so contradictory like in your own principles sometimes, you know, like for example, you're a person who really likes to watch movies. And I'm sure you watch certain movies twice. And it's still fun for you to watch it even though you know what's coming,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But it's the experience.
Okay.
Right?
I will agree with that.
Now, you tell me you've never even played an Uncharted game or played The Last of Us.
Let's
game,
go with Last of
right?
Us because I actually think Last of Us is a great game.
Yeah,
Okay.
but then you're just saying that you couldn't care less, but you like to watch movies.
Yes.
Now you have the ability to actually play a character,
No.
control a character
This
in
is
that movie.
this is how I see it. When I watched The Last of Us, it felt like a movie. Although it was a game, it felt like I was watching a 4-hour long movie.
This is what I just said.
Yeah. So it was good. I've already spent 4 my 4 hours on that game, I don't need to spend 20 more because I know every stage what's gonna happen. If I want to watch it again, like you say, I watch movies a few times, right? I might watch the playthrough again, but I wouldn't play it because it's two different things. You get what I'm saying?
So he enjoyed the story.
I
But he
love
don't
the
enjoy-
story.
He doesn't
I
enjoy
love the
playing it.
story, and I will watch the playthrough again.
But the point of playing those games are like you watching it is not as immersive as playing.
I don't care about immersion, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
No, but he's like a hardcore like comic reader and like anime fan and stuff because
Yes.
you don't get immersed at all in these things, right?
What immersed as in I never picture myself in that situation because
Do you-
it wouldn't happen.
Okay, wait. Let me ask you the simple question: do you create voices for the characters when you read through something? When you read through an anime?
Oh yeah, did you?
Sometimes. Okay.
Everybody does that.
Yeah.
If you like reading comics and stuff, you have very vibrant.
I get
fantasy,
enthusiastic about it. Okay.
right? Yeah,
But that's immersion.
that's immersion.
That's yes, that's immersion. I agree, but immersion in the sense that
I
I
think-
am imagining myself.
I think
in
you're
the
just
game.
like. Right now, I gotta compare you to somebody like who says like, "Oh, I've never had sex, but I don't want to have sex." You know, because like I can also watch it on TV. You know, I know what happens.
No.
I can watch porn and like, oh, I know what happens. You know, why would I do it myself?
For me, playing the game, like when I say I don't care that much about immersion, is when I don't care about me imagining myself in that situation.
You just enjoy watching the
Yes.
gameplay.
Yes.
A lot of people do that actually.
Yes. Last of Us, for example, I loved the story, the playthrough, but I wouldn't enjoy myself playing the game because the gameplay was boring for me.
I think we should do a dare with him, and when he loses, he has to play one of the Uncharted games or one of the Last of Us games,
For me,
and then we will see whether he changes his mind or
people
not.
will probably
I think
hate
that would
me
be
for
a-
this.
Maybe after the game he'll be like, oh, I'm
This
so
is
glad.
this is
Finally.
my this is my opinion of Uncharted games. Uncharted games are exactly like what's that? Tomb Raider games.
Because you like to look at the chick.
It's not that. I'm saying it's basically a copy paste with a few story changes here and there. For me, that's my opinion. I think I'm entitled to it.
Okay, I think that's a topic for another episode. We went way off topic there. We're supposed to talk about pay to win.
Okay.
So the general consensus is that pay to win sucks. Pay for convenience, gray area.
Yeah.
So depends. You know,
How
if you
about-
have money,
So.
How about pay for protection?
pay for
What
protection.
What is that?
That's
Casual-
condom.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Casual Khan. Have you any you guys pay Casual Khan?
Oh, the mobile game that you like making your clans
Isn't
and
that-
people can come attack
Pay
you.
for
Clash of
shield.
Clans?
Isn't that pay for convenience?
Clash of Clans.
It's a mobile game. Like
Oh, it's also play for convenience.
Because-
If you have time, you would stay at your clan at all times.
yeah.
So whenever somebody come to attack you, you can protect yourself. But if you pay, you don't have to stay there, right?
Who are you paying? Someone else?
No.
Protect
The,
you or-
the program.
The-
You
the
buy an
problem-
item
buy
for it.
You buy a
To
shield.
upgrade your
Oh, you buy
your
shield.
castle, your full.
Convenience. I think it's pay for
Pay
convenience.
for
right?
convenience, yeah. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more great content every week. We're also giving away a Razer gaming keyboard to one lucky winner, so check the description below on how you can enter. You better hurry because there's only 20 hours left, so go register right now.